Alors oui, nous sommes live. Oh, je savais que l'éclairage serait risqué, mais le background est tellement plus beau ici. This is so much beautiful. So it's 5 minutes before the show. That might be actually cut at the end because I want to know. Okay, so the sound seems all right now with my microphone. So I'm in vivo, the Playa del Carmen. Welcome to the three people. So please, 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 please. Today is a celebration. I put the Zoom link, so let's do this. So fair enough. It seems to be working. Let's do a kind of a double check here. The alert is gone. Perfecto. But let's see if we actually hear. Yes. Now it's better than it was last time. So let's start this lunch. I hope you're gonna lunch with me. So yeah, the three people, please in the chat, always tell me at least your nickname or the name you have on YouTube. And I will also be glad if you'd like to join me. I open a Zoom to have an audio chat. So you won't be seen, but we're going to hear your voice, okay? So so the Zoom, of course, it could be video if you'd like to interact with me and the backstage of this YouTube Live. But you won't be seen on my YouTube Live, and you're not being recorded either. But it will be like, it's an audio. So it's an experiment I like to do. So this is the pre-show. It's almost 12 o'clock here in Mexico. We're Cool and the gang. The only team is celebrating this manifesto of these 17 guys. So I won't necessarily give any tips, any nothing, just celebrating February 11th, 2001. They were actually there between the 10 and the 13. But we could say because, oh, it's Friday the 12th. Sorry, yes, it's the 12th. Anyways, yeah. So, of course, I would have preferred to have a Friday the 13th celebrating it because when they probably close and shake hands at the end of this, that was the 13th of February. Back in 2001, 20 years ago. Can you imagine that? So, from Snowbird, Utah to Cancun, Playa del Carmen. Yeah, now I'm unhappy because when I did the test run, the light was, of course, not great. But I'm a digital nomad, and now traveling inside my travel because I met great people in Playa del Carmen, great other entrepreneurs. So that's pissing me off now. I look like, but why not? Yes, I'm in the Reiki move of expansion. So it's look like the loose. I have so much loose and love to give you guys. That now I'm expanding that loose. So that's the special effect. For, of course, for the purists of technique, for the purists of YouTube expansion, you will say, oh, the light is not good. Yeah, but as I said, it's my laptop. It's a U mic. And as Daniel Tadros from Digital World Citizen mentioned so well, it's not the technique that counts right now. It's the message. It's the content. It's what we have to share. And today, on this Friday Live Agile special, we are simply sharing our love of Scrum, our love of Agile, our love of DevOps. So welcome everybody. And as soon as you're ready, I'm gonna open the Zoom. Yes, it's noisy. I'm downtown Playa del Carmen. There's construction work for a new condo because Playa, it's booming. Actually, all the tropic is booming. I had a call early this morning with people in Bali, Indonesia. Despite all the political shabang, they were actually, they told me that Bali is booming, cities in the trees, like here in Tulum. So we call it co-ecological development, where we try to have our houses with nature. So you see, that's part of Agile, because Agile is not a thing you buy again. Agile is not even just for software development anymore. Have you noticed? And actually, that was nice. The interview I did in French with Daniel. I will ask him if I could also have it for my channel, even if it was not about business agility, it was about everything. But we put some kind of agility into this. And that was fun to hear this entrepreneur and this artist talk about how Agile, his brother and him are, without knowing the Agile movement, because that's the thing, guy. So if you just want to read the 4 values and the 12 principles, and go to a client, go to an entrepreneur and say like, do it. No, you don't do it. You don't do agile. You are agile. And I was agile before agile was a consortium at the late 90s, 1990s. And absolutely before these 17 gig of business and everything, decided to have an outcome such as a manifesto. But so today we are not celebrating agile. We are celebrating the manifesto, right? You're with me on this? So again, I see 7, 8 people growing. State your name in the chat, where you're from on this beautiful planet. It's always nice to see. And if you're ready to audio chat, let me know. I'm going to open the Zoom because now to save both energy and bandwidth and this remote work, traveling inside a digital moment life, I want to manage my resource and my risk because it's really risky what I do right now. I know all the social media guru said Friday nothing happened. I don't care because my friend in London at 2 p.m. Eastern time, North America, they will kick them. They will kick their group therapy. It's above and beyond. Tommy McGinnis, I salute you. I love you. Thank you very much for bringing the music into our life like I do at the Agile Lounge. Yes, a lot of people say, why lounge? Why lounge? Because I love the lounge culture from the 1940s all the way up to now. I love the lounge music, the chill music. I worked at Café Del Mar, Ibiza for many years, but not for Café Del Mar, but it was my station. I like to sleep there and eat there and welcome my client there. So yes, I am a digital nomad way before this pandemic. Oh yeah, let me tell you. And I used to be in the music industry, DJing agency and everything. So that's my story that I keep repeating because that's what my marketing coach told me. He says like, even though you have maybe followers that will watch you every week, they might tell you in the comment you're redundant. But the thing is, as we are in a growth mode and keep expanding, and by the way, thank you very much for the 15 new subscriber on the Agile Lounge YouTube channel since last week. And the risk taking that I'm doing on a Friday is because I like Friday, and I'm very busy with all of my enterprise and helping my client. On a Friday, most of my clients are shut off, and that's always been a time for me since I'm an entrepreneur to actually meet with my accountant, with my collaborator. It's Friday. It's for me. It's for me and my businesses, and I decided to create the Friday Live Agile to remind me of the Friday night fight in Vegas that I used to love very much. So, cheers, everyone. Happy birthday, Manifesto. And maybe later after the live, I'm going to put some link, description, and also the primary comment. Because there's a little clip I made from Austin, Texas in May 2019 of Jeff Sutherland telling us that this is an historical artifact, not just in the IT world. Apparently, right now it's recognized by Forbes and Harvard Business Review as an historical artifact. It is. So you can change it, and we mean it. You could actually uncover new ways anytime you want. So let's play some lounge music. Yes, I'm calling myself Lounge for this background. And also the next level coaching and even the coaching I was actually doing. And for me, it's all about like bringing the lounge culture and doing workshop training and coaching. And this is why I reserved the Bryant Park WeWork in Manhattan. And I got this beautiful place in Montreal called the Crew Collective to make it actually. Shall we go live on Instagram too? I don't know. So let's welcome people now. It's 12:04. So I hope everybody is doing well. So we're going to go straight into the point. And again, today it's more like an open space, an open talk, if I've got people. So I know. So LinkedIn influencer and YouTube influencer, stop spamming me with, we got coaching for you. I got a marketing coach right now. I'm meeting new people on a great initiative from Krista Moylan, I think, if I pronounce well her last name. We had our first Zoom call today. That was great. That was awesome. Amazing people. And I think we could all help each other. It's the part of the creating the community, part of the renaissance that we have to build to be ready after this pandemic, to create our own choice with free will, to help each other, which is business, community, socially, and everything. Because more and more, a renaissance will happen. I feel it. I don't want to give dates because we don't know. It's in continuous planning. It's continuously moving because that's the thing. Time doesn't exist. Yes, a Scrum Master says that. Time doesn't exist. It's a movement into space. So this is why planning is more important than having a plan, because with a plan you're going to be in and kind of on hope. You're going to feel like unfulfilled because you say, oh, it's not according as planned, and then you think that if you just are in a control and command mode, people will get you there. No, they won't get you there. Maybe in some context, but how long will it last? So if you're in continuous planning and you show some openness and you have new information that's come into place, and that's it. So yes, I know, and I assume it, and I will keep doing it. Friday Live Agile, and by the way, the replay, whether it's on the podcast, because once a month I'm recording also a live podcast. And by the way, next week, the 19th, I will welcome 2 surprise guests, and I will talk to you about DevOps, the real DevOps on their real Agile. And I hope to have DevOps Porio from Brazil. If whether you speak English good or not, who cares? Look at me, with my Frenchy accent, with an Italian background in Montreal. So please, if you'd like, I would like you to show up with us. That will be great to talk about the real DevOps culture, that DevOps is not a person. We're going to have people from recruitment, IT recruitment, high level, and they're going to explain us. Because, again, their real Agile aren't your typical interview, whatever. It's a conversation. I don't do interview. I just talk with people on a table ronde, So, yes, let's be lounge, because there's lounge and part of my name. And let's put some music. Let's put some kind of cheesy 1990s music. What do you think, guys? The 7 of you on YouTube are here. So what do you think? Oh, no. It's 20 years of Agile Manifesto, but also for me, 30 years of the chill out movement from Ibiza. So let's put some kind of Roy Padilla that passed away last October, the Padre del Chill. So that's going to be exactly the meaning. So yes, I was saying, like, my first event, my first coactive coaching, my first workshop, there's always a music in background because of the crew collective. They play some kind of jazz and everything. And yes, music is not disturbing when you do a training. Think new ways, to the new worlds. So I do it since 2016. So the lounge way is that, and I welcome people with cafe. If it's late at night, they could order a glass of wine, a beer. I don't mind, okay? Because it's a loungy way to bring you business agility, Scrum, DevOps, and lean thinking. So that's what we do at the Agile Lounge show. And again, if anyone would like to tell me, is the music too loud? So let's see it with the controller here. That seems to be okay. Of course, there's the background noise of the street, because now I'm in a beautiful garden. Let me show it to you a little bit. So I'm in a beautiful garden of the Vanilla B&B, great bed and breakfast, and downtown Playa del Carmen. Your host, Carla, she's amazing. And yes, so it's risky. I don't have all my equipment because I'm moving down Cancun right now. So it is what it is. But as a good Scrum Master, on time, every Friday between 11 and 1 p.m., expect to have a live show on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And yes, I thank my 15 new subscribers from India. And actually, I really need my Indian follower to teach me some of the Indian language. A lot of people in Montreal used to tell me it's the Punjabi, the main spoken language, but I don't want to offend anyone. So please come forward, my Indian networker, because I would like to greet you, to learn some kind of greetings and thank you. And the language you will guide me, that is the most important to know from India. Let's lower the music a little bit because I don't hear myself with all the noise on the street. So yes, I take risks, so I'm inviting you to take risks. And like Daniel Tedros told me, what an amazing time we had together before he returned to Quebec. And yes, we did a French interview, and I will ask him the permission to grab this video and put it onto my channel. Um, it's of course it's beyond business agility. It's beyond the mission of Agile Lounge. Although intuitively, and when you put intention into everything, you just discover when I speak with people that agile, it's everywhere. So again, agile is not a thing that belongs to anyone. Like those scrum, no, those scale agile framework that copyright the agile terms. Come on, guys. The industrial agile complex, you're gonna fall because the agile renaissance, part of the renaissance, will kick you out of there because you're destroying the movement of agile. Mike Beadle says that. Dave Thomas says that. I'm saying that. And by the way, the meetup group, yes, big announcement. The meetup group of Scale Agile Framework Montreal kicked me out because I was putting images and code from Mike Beadle, the co-signatory of the Agile Manifesto. Okay, they kicked me out saying that I was bullying and I was not using a proper language. So my mentor, Mike Beadle, just telling that SAFe is not Agile, not even Scrum, was apparently a non-appropriate language. So fuck you. Big fuck you to you, Etienne Laverdière of Digital Tango. You a shame of the Agile community. And yes, I'm bold, I'm authentic, and I always say the true thing. Okay? So you even like Scrum Alliance contacted me because they said apparently you flag me as something, but excuse me, but this is still a democracy. This is still a free speech, and I got some likes on your group of the meetup group from people because they agree with me. Because you know what, 80% of people of Agile Coach, I'm talking, even if they are SPC4, whatever your bullshit is, they told me they don't believe in that framework, and they believe this framework is creating developers and people working slave to a big, too much structure system. So big FU to you, Etienne Laverdière of Digital Tango, or the others that manage that loosey, goofy, low potential group of fake agile. Okay, I'm done with you guys. So I'm glad you kicked me out because I don't belong to you. I was, as an agnostic, I was part of that group to learn, to see, because I would like to be objective. But truly now, when I read back all of the blog of Mike Beadle, when I everything, so no, you are not agile, you're not even Scrum, you don't understand substantion, and you create a shitty systems that is actually providing people nothing, especially leaders, CIO, CTO that want to bring their teams to a next level. And the next level agile, and I'll talk about it later, but the next level agile, DevOps is probably the technical part systems culture that will actually be the norm in the next 5-10 years, especially with AI, ASI for artificial systemic intelligence. Yeah, the light is bothering me up, and it should not be there at 12 o'clock here. So maybe, but let's change the decor for the rest of the live. And I'm still welcoming you. Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna do this in a risky manner, but what is it? It's authenticity, and Daniel Tedros teaches us that the other day. So why cutting, especially when you're live? Because that will be the message that count. And we have other times. We have other times to do video that it's not live, that you could actually record. So let's do this. So now, so this is it, guys. Authentic leadership. I am thinking of actually building something like this, but I will at least put the camera right? Because, and of course, disclaimer here, when I do workshop, except if the client asks me that, launch culture doesn't mean being like, and launch culture and authenticity doesn't mean to actually being like décousu like this, because of course we have to be professional. But when I do a live here, on a Friday, especially an open space like this where I welcome and inviting people on my Zoom to talk about it. Actually, let's start the Zoom just to make sure that yeah, okay, let's do this. So guys, that's that's exactly um, that's exactly the purpose. But when you come to a workshop, of course, it's a bit more. It's a lot more structure actually. But every workshop starts with a workshop agreement of the people are there. Of course, I will request you some preparation because for me it's very practical workshop. It's no theory. It's no like oh blah blah blah. No no no. I will actually make you do some things. All of my workshops are designed to be both virtual and with people and real world. So it will be all about 3 hours now, no more 1 day training. So it's really 3 hours of knowledge, and the master class will be longer and soon available on Udemy. Yeah. And now, of course, we have a little urban farm next to us, so you might hear the rooster. So that's part of Viva e Mexico. All right, so it's been like about 15 minutes that the official show started. This is not, by the way, recorded by for the Agile, their real Agile podcast. So let's bring ourselves back to by waiting for people to interact. As soon as people interact, I will shout it out and I will actually welcome you. So maybe to celebrate the 20 candles of the Manifesto for Agile. And I don't know if you remember, guys, 2 years ago, I even made a blog on it, and a couple of people on LinkedIn and Medium made a blog on it. 18 years old, 2 years ago, and the question was like, is Agile is at maturity? From what I've learned with my great mentor, Mike Beadle, it will never be finished. It will always uncover new ways because if you read the article artifact, agilemanifesto.org, this is the historical artifact that will never be modified. You could actually adapt it, you could actually make it evolve, and we saw a lot of people doing it for the money. I'm doing it for love and the money because yes, we all need love and money. And when I say money here, I'm not talking about only the fiat currency that's going to die and be replaced by other means of exchange, including, yes, the cryptocurrency. And I say cryptocurrency right now because Bitcoin is being hijacked right now, but that may be another capsule. If you want me to do crypto agile, we'll do crypto agile. So the very first phrase of the Agile Manifesto, and I'm right now on the agilemanifesto.org, guys, so go there. Manifesto for Agile Software Development. Yes, it was 20 years ago. And I explained all the evolution and what we did with Mike Beadle and 20 other professionals with the Enterprise Crown for Business Agility. But let's get back now around that time because they met between the 10th and the 13th of February 2001. And as those, if you didn't watch my video yet, I filmed with Jeff Sutherland explaining the beginning of Scrum in the late 1990s and the gathering of all the people at that meeting in Snowbird, Utah. He tell us that the 4 values were written in about a coffee break with Martin Flower in the board of the whiteboard, writing those 4 things of seven-ish guys talking about it. And Jeff Stone was part of it. Dave Thomas. Actually, the picture you see on the background of the website, on the back, it's Jeff Stone. I think we have Dave Thomas on one side and Alison Carburn somewhere else. But anyways, the thing is here, and of course we talked about a little bit of history because I love history and I know everything. I spoke with so far. I met and spoke with 8 of the century. I spent a lot of time with Mike, and I met several times Jeff. So when you go like in beside workshop, so you have a talk with a gin in case of Mike, and with a kind of a cafe with Jeff, and we talk about all those things. So when you read it, it starts the first thing they put after creating at a coffee break the 4 values was we are uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others do it. You see, you have something, you refine it to be better, and then you help others. And this is exactly the Scrum Master responsibility in Scrum. And the coach, and forget about Agile coach, the coach of anything, of any industry, of any market should be actually focusing on helping others doing it and tailor it. And through this work, we have come to value. And okay, I will let this. Okay, like for those who digital nomad in Thailand and Mexico, you know how noisy those two countries is. And even if I'm authentic, there's a limit. And when those those truck or bicycle, they try to sell you a lot of exceso de azúcar, exceso de grasa. I mean, okay, it's done now. It's done now. Even the gas truck where they pass, they said they announce everything. It's 20. Mexico. It's 20 years in the back. For those of you who live in North America, Canada, and United States, we had that too. About maybe 30 something years ago. When I was a kid, there was a truck in the streets ringing the bell and saying like, we have pie, we have pie. So that just passed right now. So sorry, it kind of disrupt me. So let's go back. So we are uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others do it. Through this work, we have come to value individuals and interaction over processes and tools. Working software over comprehensive documentation, the customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and responding to change, the XP guy, over following a plan. And that is, while there is value on the item on the right, we value the item on the left more. So again, a lot of people think when they do this one size fits all, when they don't go deep, into what the meaning of each words mean. So they will say, oh, let's forget about process and tools. Let's don't do documentation. Let's don't do reports. And then it's pissing off a lot of people, especially when it was only like development team and IT team. But now as we bring people to a next level agile, to an agile renaissance, with business agility, by the way, for the safe slaver, the safe faker, that put it in the edition 5 of their Bible, whatever. Mike Beadle had created in the early 2000s, and actually in 2000, the concept of enterprise Scrum, not to scale Agile by itself or Scrum by itself, but to bring Scrum and the lean thinking into every department, into every part of the organization of a company. So this is what we call enterprise Scrum for business agility, because he was one of the early developer with Steve Denning of Radical Management, okay, and Peter Drucker, kind of inspiration from the business school. And right now in business school and even IT business schools, the curriculum of the even the master level is not even into this business agility mindset. So they don't even teach it, because sometimes I'm a guest trainer invited by a teacher of MBA in Montreal at the McGill University, the Desautels schools, and I go there for about 3 hours every semester to explain to the bachelor people of the master degree in MBA, what they could expect of the real world. And he always asked me to talk about business agility, and all business agility is the future of management. Yes, it is. And if you include the great work from Richard Barrett and here in Montreal of Stéphane Leblanc of the International Center for Conscious Leadership, so we need to actually bring it to, because conscious leadership will be like the kind of executive coaching to transform a manager into a leader. And with a leader, you will be able to help its people doing a kind of business agility mindset. So you see, everything is connecting the dot. Don't always see the coin. The coin has multiple sides. It's not just tail or I would say tail or bitch, but it's yeah. So you need to be on the slide, because the slide is the only thing that will actually helping you uncovering new ways. I'm not saying better ways now. It's new ways to be better, to be smarter. And what we're going to launch in March at the Agile Lounge, this very new program, because yes, it's going to be a new system program of coaching, coactive coaching, completely new. I won't say that much right now. I'm going to probably launch it around the Scrum Beer on March 25th. So again, in the link in the description, you could find every link actually to be in touch with me on with me and my brand and my company on very different social media. The only one I'm really here it's LinkedIn. So if you reach me on LinkedIn, I could be able to start following you, you following me, and we learn from each other. And then after we could maybe exchange some services because I would like to attract HPI people, which is high potential individual, because we don't build community and teams with non-capable people, with low intentional people. I'd like high intentional people. I'd like people who would like not necessarily high performers, because we still have right to fail. Like maybe a lot of you will say, "Oh, the light is not good. He's doing a live with a noisy streets and downtown Playa del Carmen." Yes, but I don't see it as a failure. I see it as an experience and an authentic experience. But when we fail, and when I fail big time, I know it and I try to learn something and go forward. So when we say HPI, performance is performance in terms of the brain, in terms of the idea of the creation, the risk taker. But we might unperform sometimes, but it's the time to help each other and to actually not reacting to it, but acting upon the lessons learned of our failure. Do you agree? If you agree, give me a thumbs up and comment below. Be interactive. It's good to grow. It's good my channel will grow. There's more people coming into my channel, but I don't see much interaction, and I would like to have more interaction, because if you listen, and I know I've got a good listening rate, even for my 1 hour video, 50% of the 30, 45 average people who have listened are listening more than 25 minutes of another 1 hour replay live. So that's kind of good. I think that's what my marketing coach told me. So I don't know the YouTuber out there, what do you think about it? But anyways. So yes, in the description you found all links to get in touch with me, to see my workshop on Eventbrite, as I said, soon on Udemy. And there will be also a subscription mode, because yes, I'm doing a lot of things for free because it was pandemic, but now the title have to change because I'm also losing money. Yes, I'm losing money, and I would like to have a more structured thing. So I will still provide some mentorship, but mentorship is like friendship. So I need to know you more. Like, don't ask me to be your mentor or your coach. And just like this, no, we have to build a relationship, a business relationship, and then I could have you part of my group. So that will be the thing. We'll ask those who still work, who still have money, to pay, and to pay for someone who is looking for a job. That will be the new way, part of the next agile coaching, the next level agile coaching that I'm going to launch in March. And so we're going to create also a community of helping each other, because it will include the co-active coaching, where Scrum Master, facilitated by a coach like me at the Agile Lounge, will actually experience to help each other. And I would like also people to help each other. If you subscribe for a monthly subscription, you will be able to bring someone with you for free. And I will not ask you to prove me you're out of job or out of contract. I will trust you, but please, if I discover at some point that there will be some people who are just greed, who are just bringing people just for that for free, of course, I will kick both out without refund, by the way, for the person who I already paid. So that will be the sense of things. So trust until proven guilty, in my case. So you see, guys, those value, of course, were made with a bunch of engineer and business consulting. Actually, as Agile is people first, there's one thing, and this probably I'll cut it as probably a small video. I would like to honor the 17 professional that made it happen 20 years ago. So we have Ken Beck, the founder of Extreme Programming, XP. We have, of course, Mike Beadle. It's in alphabetical order. Mike Beadle, the first user of Scrum as a CEO. He created the company Flat Manage. And as I always repeat, he was my mentor. He was a great man. We share so much in common. We share Scrum, lean value, the understanding of substantiation because of our background in physics, and in my case, astrophysics. We were both trance DJ, but he was also a musician in bossa, salsa. He was a great man. He was a great man. I miss him so much. And then you have Ari van Bennekom, that I don't know that much, so I won't say anything. Alistair Cockburn, of course, the one who is still part of something. Rod Cunningham, Martin Fowler, the small talk agile guy, the small talk scrum guy that was writing everything those guys were brainstorming. James Greening, that's one of the guy I don't know much either. Jim I. Smith. Oh, yes, Jim I. Smith. At the beginning of my path to agility back in 1999 and then as a Scrum Master in 2002, I kind of didn't like him because every paper I was reading from Jim I. Smith, I said, my God, this guy is very conventional. This guy is kind of is the one responsible actually for the fact that a lot of people think agile is a methodology. Actually, I kind of agree now with my more mature state after 20 years that the agile movement and the way we could apply it as a system with Scrum or XP or pair programming or everything, that actually could become a methodology, because methodology is no wrong, but it's just like, yeah, so let's be open. And now it could have become in maturity state a kind of methodology, especially applied to software again. But Jim I. Smith, now I love you and I love your code and I still coding you. To be agile is to keep it simple and go directly to the point of delivering meaningful value. So now we are at peace. Andrew Hunt, another gentleman I don't know that much. Ron Jeffries, of course, Ron Jeffries. I think Ron Jeffrey and Dave Thomas, we come very soon, are the two most vocal about Agile is dead, Scrum has enslaved the programmers, blah, 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 blah. Of course, it's a shocking thing. Like Mike Biddleworth, hey, Agile community, we're not that agile, so please wake up and shake out. Of course, we need to be shake. Of course, if we centralize our thought, if we don't have it, this is why I'm happily pissed off that Etienne Laverdière, again, of Digital Tango, that kicked me out of the meetup group of the Safe is Not Agile, not even Scrum, Montreal chapter of those conventional, low potential, they don't know shit about Agile and the true Scrum, the true power of Scrum. Kicked me out because that's mean a lot to me. That's mean that these guys are not able to have an open space. They are not able to debate. They are not able to, actually, last Friday when I did my things about Safe, I invite people to debate with me. No, nobody came. Is it because I'm a lion and they're sheep? I don't know. But I prefer to be a lion and have a great night one time than live as a slave for 100 years as a sheep. So that being said, so this is good with Ron Jeffrey, Mike Beadle, and Dave Thomas, the pragmatic Dave Thomas, said Agile is dead, Agile is this, because it make us reflect, it shake the barracks. Yes, it's often people, but you should not be offended at people. Maybe your idea of something could be offended, but why don't you just stop a moment and say like, yeah, I don't know it all. Because me, a lot of people don't see me, but if you see me in a group, I listen. Now I'm talking because I'm alone, but let's see it. Am I alone? Still 9 people on YouTube, but you not come forward in the chat. And the Zoom link, it's already open. So if you come on the Zoom, hopefully I will hear the bell. I could welcome you. So still no people. Anyway, so I'll continue. So I was at Jim I. Smith and Ron Jeffries, yes. John Kern, I was on Twitter with him at some point, but I don't know him that much. Brian Marek, blessing guy, namaste to you. Robert C. Martin, another guy in the conservative more type of way, but who knows? He did a lot of things. I know in Quebec City and Montreal, in my own country, actually, the place on earth I was born. Yeah, let's call it like this because I'm not a nationalist. I don't care about patriotism. So this place I'm born in Montreal, on earth. Great city, by the way. Great evolutive city. I love it. I hope they're gonna change it in November with new leaders that will bring us forward. So yeah, so Robert C. Martin, and so they were like more conventional. I know in Quebec there are a lot of people who fall in with this company Elapse, teaching Agile with Discipline Agile or something like this. And correct me if I'm wrong because I don't know everything. So of course, me, I stick with the XP guys. Probably Andrew Hunt, there was an XP guy. I'm not sure. I know Ken Beck for sure, but anyways. And Steve Mellor, another gentleman that I don't know much. So teach me about him if you know him, if he was your mentor. Please, in the comment below, say it. Ken Schraber, of course, the co-creator of Scrum. Actually, because of its alphabetic order, that's just so funny. We have Ken and Jeff Shutterland, of course, the co-creator of Scrum. Ken Schraber, who was responsible also for the creation of Scrum Alliance and Scrum Org. Very, very bold like me. Very, very like when he was young, though, was someone like taking the boxing gloves and so I liked him very much. Jeff Shutterland, the calm entrepreneur, military guy, from Massachusetts, but I love his insight. I wish one day I could become like this, but accept me as I am. So, anyways, and Dave Thomas, of course, the pragmatic Dave Thomas, the one who says like we should be more clean, everything, and the one who in 2015 um, make a lot of noise, like Mike Beadle, because Mike Beadle, I think, and Dave Thomas, with a bit of Ron Jeffries, are the three most progressive and those who are disrupting even the agile community. And as I spent 10 years or so with Mike, with Enterprise Scrum, and learning business agility with him, learning the in-depth of Scrum with him, and getting to be a better version of myself. Of course, I was influenced by him. Oh, thank you for the like on YouTube. But again, I will be more even more happy if you join us to talk about what is your memory. Yeah, so that was my intention, to talk about people, because agile is people first, over the process and tools, and over the technological systems or whatever. We don't say again that process and tools and the technology is not important, but we value more the people interaction and the people. So that's why I open a Zoom audio, because to respect privacy, I will not show your face. But thanks for the like. And again, oh yes, let me thank, because last week not only I've got new subscriber, but I received about $45 in tippings. So thank you so much for your tips. I won't name you because most of you said like anonymous, even if of course PayPal is giving me your name and everything. But thank you so much. And again, there were I will say 50% of the donator was from India. So I would like to learn. Of course, I could go online and see, but again, which language of India? Because India, it's so a great country. It's so large, so many culture. So what if I just take what my Montreal Indian fellow told me to say, oh, use Punjabi. Yeah, but again, I really want to respect you and thank you into your language, because it was like a couple of Indian fellowship that gave me some tips and US dollars. So namaste. At least I will say namaste. Thank you. I know namaste is not thank you. It's greater than that, but right now that's what I could say. And yes, I saw also a gentleman from Wisconsin who actually purchased his Scrum Beer tickets for March 25th, and he gave me already a tips. For the Scrum Beer, usually the tips could come after because it's on appreciation, but I really appreciate those tips because I don't do my numbers. I will be frank with you. I don't have as much contract. And again, the Montreal market is not being very agile. I was running for 5 contracts last week and last Friday. I was really pissed because I've started so many talk, and I always say up front, I'm a digital nomad right now in Mexico. Maybe in 2 weeks I will be in Costa Rica for a couple of days. Coming back in Mexico is no way. It's not. I'm not escaping winter. I'm escaping this whatever non-scientific stupidity that's happening in the Quebec province of Canada. Mostly, I know it's happening in Europe too. But please, guys. And then they said, oh, we cannot grant you the contract of Agile Coach because you're not in Montreal. What a lousy thing. I could understand if I'm an engineer, a software engineer, or a system engineer, having access to very specific server and everything, that I will need their machine, that I will need a very special connection. But about connection, in Mexico, especially in Cancun, we have up to 30 gigabytes of internet. But I'm an agile coach. What do? I train, I coach, and I talk to people. I'm just talking. I don't do shit, okay? But of course, the Montreal market is not agile, because what do? They ask you to be an executant. I'm a coach. I'm a business coach, knowing agile and help you going through adapting the value. So I need my machine. Send me a virtual RSA code, and I've got a VPN to simulate that I'm in Canada and I'm protecting the channel when I'm working for you on the Microsoft Teams that you think it's more secure than Zoom. Whatever, guys. Maybe a system engineer, and one of my friends will tell me that yes, the server of Zoom, they might be more in China. And then if I understand, if I work for a very sensitive federal government thing, I understand. But don't make me spend 5 hours and 2 presentation later, as in the first meeting with the biz dev, we have stated that I'm in Mexico till May, or Central America till May that are going to work remotely. And for any coaches of anything, I'm sure you agree with me that a coach doesn't need to receive a machine from a corporation. But that's the thing. Those big corporations, very centralized mindset. They want to do agile. That's the problem. They don't want to be agile and do Scrum. They don't want to be agile and do DevOps. They don't want to be agile. So that's the thing. So I came to the conclusion that I will take time here not only to perfect my Spanish, but also to completely renovate myself and to having individual client or small teams or startups going into what I was doing since 2016. And my next level agile coaching will be all about that. I will be more specific because yes, I know. And this I have to learn. And I hope this new woman that create the honest conversation and non-podders, and I think I'm going to do an interview with her if she accepts to explain those concepts of being authentic. And I think I will pay myself a gift, a spring gift, having her as a coach. Of course, I don't want her to coach me on the LinkedIn stuff that she's really into it. And if they're happy, these guys, about this, okay. No, I want her to coach on my next level because I understood if I reflect and adapt, I've got a lot of things. I do a lot of things. Business agility, conscious leadership. I'm also a podcaster. I'm doing this vlog. So my brand is kind of upside down and people have to explain the lounge aspect. So, of course, I built that brand. It made me the six-figure all the way down to November 2019. Because 2020, I didn't do like maybe barely 5-figure. Okay, barely. I said 5-figure. Yeah, 4.5 figure. And this year, right now, well, anyways. So yes, so I think I'd like to change my mindset because instead of managing an agile lounge with 5-6 coach, doing contract with big corporation, like the more conventional type of mandate and consulting, now with the digitalization, the remote working that will last over the pandemic, and also the renaissance in the world, the Web 3.1, the AI and stuff, I think I need to be more specific. So I need to go back to my roots, I think, of what I know best is business agility, because I've been practicing it since 2010 with Mike Beadle Enterprise Scrum. But we won't call it all these names because, again, people, the executive that I want to teach and the team that I want to teach, they don't buy Scrum, XP, DevOps. And DevOps is the future of the technical thing for any application that you guys will create to disrupt the world, to make our world more smart, and to be part for those who will choose community, digital community, and grid. That will be very important to have a DevOps kind of thing to do feature creation, adaptation, continuous development. That will be the key. And that require a lot of agile coaching. So yes, I understand the message. I have to be more specific in what I do. But again, I have so many skills. But anyways, yes, to go out there, to be more specific. But for those who tell me that, oh, you have too many things, you have the Scrum Beer, or you have their Real Agile podcast, now you have Agile Travel. Yeah, but again, I need to market specifically Agile Travel for digital nomad that is beyond Agile. I call it Agile because it's a new way. We are covering new ways of actually traveling. And that was before the pandemic, but now the pandemic has accelerated this. And I'm glad this the 10, 15 people that are around here right now, remote working, not working from home, are very happy of my services. And I received back in December the tips from them. So I thank them also for that. But now the starting March is going to be on subscription and people will have to pay a minimum fee. Unless they really tell me that they're out of money. But if you're out of money, I don't know how you will use the Agile Travel. So anyway, that's another question. But anyways, so we're going to start charging again. We're going to keep some couple of things free for those in needs. Yes, I'd like to give back to the community. And of course, the mentorship. Those I built relationship on a long time basis. It's going to be free for most of the thing. But our program, so yes, I understand I have to be more specific, especially with Agile Lounge. Agile Lounge is for business agility. I will be your business agility coach, and I could be also your Agile coach if you'd like to be conventional. But my other brand will be satellites of this, and I need them because my FLEP program, which stands for Freedom Lifestyle Entrepreneur Performance, this is a thing that I use to help people pivot. I use it since 2015, by the way, before Agile Lounge. So I'd like to continue helping. Is more than coaching. We literally have a team here that will help you brand yourself, all the paperwork, especially for US and Canada right now. Excuse me for Europe, but you won't be my persona, my target market. So yes, I understand I have to be more succinct and more clear, and I will do it because your coach AF needs to learn for professional. And this is why Namaste AO again, Christy Mulligan. We'll probably put the link of her. She's a great person. She has a great energy. She's from San Francisco Bay, and now she's remote working in the beautiful mountains of Haute-Savoie, France. And this morning she was jealous of my background here, and so on, being on the sun. And actually, I will end this vlog very soon because I would like to be under the sun of the Playa del Carmen. Today I am with. So guys, I hope you're enjoying it. Again, if you like it, share it to inspire someone. Subscribe if you pass here and you're not a subscriber. And look in the link in the description. You will have a lot more information about what we do, what we are, and other ways of connecting with us, because you could choose whatever social network you are on to follow our adventure as an Agile coach, digital nomad. And more to come this spring with my Renovatio and my more focused, my more specific things. So I will probably need a coaching. I will put some money aside to be coached myself and to developing myself to be more precise and to kick off this new is because this, I don't think the way I'm feeling it, yes, I might return to Canada, but the way the Agile mindset is in Canada, this is so not great. This is, I mean, I'm sorry guys, but this is not my Agile, and this is not my market. This is not even my persona. I might have some persona there that will purchase my new next level Agile coaching. But, you know, working for big state corporation or big corporation, I could do this. I've got 15 years of experience in it. But I don't know. I don't feel it anymore. And you always have so many conditions. So you see, if we take, just like they don't even respect when they try to hire me to teach them Agile, individual interaction. Actually, that could be the customer collaboration, because I would like to collaborate with you. If you're not open of me not having your computer and you just do the contract negotiation part, that is important, but we value more the customer collaboration. So if at first stage, we could not even collaborate together, do you really think I want to coach you? Because yes, a coach might fire his client, whether it's a corporation, a person, or a team. Because are you coachable? Huh? We put a lot of sugar on our back, but actually we are here to spark you. So if I'm not sparking you, why are you working with me? Why are you complaining after? Why are you gonna make myself a bad review on Yelp? That doesn't make sense. It's like going in therapy and choosing your psychologist. Sometimes you might meet 2, 3, 4 psychologists and says like, okay, now I found the one that actually reflect with me, because coaching is also a mirror. I'm going to give you the mirror. So if you don't like what you see, maybe don't hire me in the first place. And again, if those corporations have a lot of condition and they're more into the negotiation and they're not open and they're fixed, they are in a fixed mindset and they say, no, I wonder who I will be able to coach in this enterprise. You know, so let's be frank. So I don't mind to eat peanut butter for a couple of months, being without big contract, because like most of my colleagues in Montreal, I will talk for Montreal, it's a network I know. Again, 75 up to 80% of the Agile coach are not. They never practice DevOps, Scrum, a lean thing, whatever. They never did anything. They just did a certification, especially in SAFe. They don't have experience. They don't even come to the Agile Lounge to get experience as volunteer, because I invite a lot of people. Come with me when I do my training. Come with me in some enterprise and see me as a Scrum Master, and I will give them some things to do. Of course, it's volunteer because people are nice enough to welcome a student with me and everything. So I've got a few, especially in 2018 and 2019, that were coming with me to gain experience. And I will give them, especially with Scrum Alliance, we'll give them SDU so they gain experience and they could put it in their CV. So these were the true people. They're part of the 25% of real coach. Even if they didn't have experience, at least they wanted to learn. So I was offering it. I'm still offering it, by the way. Reach out to me and we'll see. But really, 80% of you guys, you just want to eat and pay your mortgage and your too many things that you bought on credit to impress a neighbor that you don't even like. And probably now with the pandemic, you call the police to say they have a party because you're jealous. Or you threat me on LinkedIn, huh? You're good at it to say like, I'm inciting people to contaminate Canada by becoming here. Actually, if you want to know, it's pretty safe on the term of healthcare here. I mean, like the healthy thing, because I would be more scared in your winter, guys, doing shit like you do. Anyways, so have we celebrate the manifesto because we are not celebrating Agile. We are celebrating the manifesto, this historical artifact. I invite you to spend time to that link. Let me see the signatory links. And you're going to see the early bird. Maybe I'm there in 2005, I think. I came late to it, but oh no, it's not. Is that it? No, I'd like the link that will bring you to the yeah, about the authors. That's the one, because it's people first, guys. So we are celebrating their disruptive thing, their way of inspect and adapt. Okay, here's the link in the chat, and after the live, I'll be able to put it in the comment. So let's celebrate people first that made it possible. Thank you, all the 17. The 17, I will, what should I call it? What should I call them? 17. Yes, namaste to you guys. And of course, as people know, a lot more to some of them that I know and I cherish. And Mike, if you look at us for wherever you are, thank you so much for helping me being who I am. So until next week, guys, surprise guest, talk about real DevOps. That will be a recording of the their Real Agile podcast. So again, subscribe to anything you want to follow Agile Lounge for business agility. And you're more than welcome to reach out to me on LinkedIn. All the links are in the description. And of course, I will appreciate any tips, any amounts of your choice, and any device using my PayPal link. I'm not putting my Bitcoin right now for security purpose and reason, especially that sometimes YouTube is kind of removing it for some reason. And yes, construction worker are working. So namaste, in Lakesh. Thank you so much. See you next Friday. Will be probably 12 o'clock again. We're going to lunch together with a conversation on DevOps. What is real DevOps according to those guys? I don't name right now because this is it. It's not a plan, it's a planning. So maybe I'll be alone again, or maybe I will be with one of those three gentlemen. Who knows? So thank you. Until next time, I hope you learned something. I hope to learn something from you in the comment below. So thank you again, and see you next Friday.